Hey everybody, Lee here. Hey, I wanted to do another Adobe Captivate video here and talk about screen reader reading order. And it's been one of the things that's been on my mind recently, making my content accessible. And it's very important. And one of the things that I think a Captivate in all the forums and Googling has is it doesn't really have too much documentation, or I would say easily accessible documentation, no pun intended on the accessibility. But so this is one of the things that I wanted to kind of discuss and dive into. And one of the things we've been actually working with a company called Deque University. It's been really great. They actually have a lot of resources. I'll put a link to their website, and you can go through, and it has all like the accessibility features and the 508 compliance and all that stuff that you can actually take a look at. But the one thing that I wanted to focus on, like I said in the beginning, was the actual screen reader read order. So right now I'm on Adobe Captivate's Create Accessible Projects in Captivate website. There is a lot of good information here. Definitely the place that you want to start with to make your projects accessible. And I'm not going to go into all of that. Go here to this site. I can put this in also in the description, in the link. And go through this. It tells you how to set up your project for accessibility. It tells you different, like what does accessible mean. Here it tells you all the elements, in Captivate that are accessible, including interactions down here. And so this is, very important. But the one thing, as I was saying, is that the screen reader read order. So this is not necessarily not the tab order, like where the buttons in what order that you can tab to them, but this is how the screen reader will read your text in Captivate. And it kind of sounds silly, and it's still blowing my mind because I don't think Adobe does a great job, doesn't even do a good job at telling you how screen readers handle your content, or how you should build your content or your projects so that the screen readers read it in a logical order. Heading, body, top to bottom typically is how they're read. So if I scroll down here to the bottom of this page, the very last paragraph about screen reader technology basically says, and I'll just highlight this here, because different screen readers use varying methods to translate information into speech, the way your content is presented to users can vary. As you design accessible projects, keep in mind that you have no control over how a screen reader behaves. You have control only over the content, not the screen readers. You cannot force screen readers to read specific text at specific times or control the manner in which that content is read. It's important to test your projects with various screen readers to ensure that they perform as you expect. So basically, this is Adobe's way of kind of just skirting by. So, it is year, 2021, and accessibility is huge. I mean, you have to be all inclusive. So this is just, frankly, unacceptable to me. At a company like Adobe that puts out this. And you know what, even talking with like Articulate Storyline, it's been years, it's been a few years, probably about 4, since I've used Storyline. But even then, like, I had issues with that, so I can't speak to Storyline. Maybe that's gotten better since I used it last as far as accessibility goes. I can't speak to that. But as far as Captivate goes, it's been a mystery on what order or how the screen reader reads the content. and just it's baloney. I found one article or website here. Let me click over here. It was done in 2017 by Penn State, and I grew up like an hour from Penn State, so big Nittany Lion fan. This was the only article that I found that actually explains how you should build your site. And go all the way down here to screen reader support. And it basically says read order. This is what you want to find. And I'll put this link here also in the description here. But basically what it's saying is that the order that you add, say, text captions, and I'm thinking text captions, that's how we're going to do it, not like the tab order with buttons like I said before. But basically how you add them, the order that you add them to your slide is how the screen reader will read them. Now, I honestly do not know anybody that builds their content that way. I mean, this is something Adobe needs to really, really look into and fix. And I encourage everybody to kind of go to their site to submit a feature request. I mean, they have the ability to edit the tab order for your buttons and your interactions, but not the ability to order the text boxes. So, if I put a paragraph of text on a slide and then I come back later on saying, oh, I need to add a title or I need to add something else above it, and then you add that first paragraph that you add is going to be read first, and then whatever you added after that. So, essentially, you'd have to build your slide and then copy those items to a new slide in the order that you want them read, and then delete, that first slide. And that comes with all kinds of issues too, because, when you copy an item, it appends like a number on the end of it. It may copy a variable and duplicate a variable, and so there's a lot of renaming things and, again, making sure things work. And it's just another unnecessary phase that we kind of need to go through. And, let me know if you know a better way to do this, but this is kind of the way. And I've tried to build slides that are like, you try to plan them out, and there's always something that comes up afterwards that you got to add in later on, and then it kind of messes with it. So again, let me know if you know of a different way. So let me switch over here to Captivate now, and I have this test project here. So where I added, this is the title I placed first. I tried to color code them and everything for you guys. So place the first here, and then the body is second, and then the next button I have third. So if I click this, I go up to the accessibility, you can see I put the description. This is the title I placed first. Okay, if I go to this second, which now I moved everything, that happens. I have to lock my positions. This is the body I placed second. That. And then again, selecting the button, I have the next button here, and then the accessibility description, I placed this button third. And then if I go to my second slide, let me lock these position. This is the title, so obviously the first thing that should come up, I place that third. I place the body first, and then the next button I put on here second. All right, so if I go to accessibility, next I place this button second. So, and then for this third slide, I actually added, so if I click on slide, the slide level accessibility, I'm not going to go to tab order because there's really only one button, so it doesn't matter there. But accessibility, I just put here on this slide, I placed the button first, the body second, and the title third. I removed accessibility text for the two text captions and placed the text you are hearing in the slide level accessibility text area, which is here. Okay, so if I go and let me lock these in place and check this, I remove this and then have no text here, basically. And I think I did keep it on the button though. Yes, next I place this button first. So this slide, basically I wanted to test out the slide accessibility text, which should be read first. So that's one other, alternative way that you could do this. I don't think in every case it's going to work out, but for the most part, you probably could put all the text on your slide on the slide level accessibility text, like I did here. So just imagine this was all text here. And then you could just remove, uncheck that auto label, and then just not put anything in the description and the name for the accessibility. Now, I think the spots where it wouldn't work necessarily could be if you have text next to a quiz question or an item that you want to describe, so it just might not work as well that way. So in those cases, you may have to add them to the alt text description for an image, or if it's, like I said, a button of some sort. So, but maybe this method would work. So let's test this out here. I'm going to use Mac's voiceover screen reader here, and I'm going to publish this out. All right, so we loaded this up here. Let me enable our voiceover here.
This is the title I placed first. Image. This is the body I placed second. Image. Next I placed this button third. Button. This is the body I placed first. Image. Next I placed this button second. Button. This is the title I placed third. Image. On this slide I placed the button first, the body second, and the title third. I removed accessibility text from the two text captions and placed the text you are hearing in the slide level accessibility text area. Image. You are currently on an image, inside of web content. To exit this web area, press Next I placed this button first. Button. You are currently on a button, text, image. You are currently on an image, inside, text, image. You are currently on an image, inside of web content. To exit this web area, press Ctrl, Option, Shift, up arrow.
So there you have it. Just wanted to go through these slides and just, as that Penn State article said, it is basically the order. The screen reader will read your slides in the order that the objects are added to them, the elements are added to them. So again, very poor design on Adobe's part. I really hope they fix this. I don't know why they haven't fixed it now, or at least come up with a better solution. But again, kind of, the way to fix that I know of is either just plan it out from the very beginning, perfectly. That's not how I would work. So I'd have to build out the slide, then copy these elements over one by one to a new slide, and then fix that up. And or you can use that slide level accessibility texts. Maybe that will be of use to you. So again, and I also want to stress, I'm no accessibility expert. I'm learning here, like a lot of folks, but I'm definitely learning myself. And same way with screen reader software, I'm no expert. So learning that as well, how to navigate around. I hope this helps clear up some of the cloudiness around, Adobe Captivate and the read order from screen readers, and I hope this helps you out. And again, if you have any tips or suggestions for me, I'd love to hear them from you. So, feel free to reach out to me, and take care. Thanks.